going to do something kind of new. I wouldn't usually record a video like this just because, well, it's a hair video. You obviously can't see my hair very well because I have a dark shelf back there and all my clutter going on here. But anyway, I am going to dye my hair. When I say dye my hair, it's basically going to be highlights. Now, I'm going to call this the white trash version because if you've been following me for a long time, you all know that I do my own hair. I do my own highlights. I do my own hair dye. Majority of the time, it does come from a box. And I have had plenty of success. Now, for those of you, again, that have been here for a while, I used to be a bleach blonde, which that did not come from a box, and there's no way you're going to get that color out of a box. I was platinum white blonde. That took a lot of work, a lot of processing, and a lot of damage to my hair. So I am going with my tried and true most favorite hair dye in the entire world. They have changed the packaging a little bit. So this is the Revlon Frost and Glow. Now, most of you will see on here, if you can read this, it does say that it's for light blonde to light brown hair. There is another Frost and Glow that is actually for dark brown to black hair. Now, I have used this exact hair dye maybe at least 50 times. 50. So I know this works, and the funny story, I came across this was I highlight my mom's hair all the time, and buying the stuff from like Sally's and actually like mixing it on your own is always kind of a give or take if you don't really know what you're doing. Now, I am self-taught. I've done everything on my own. Disclaimer, I am not a professional hairstylist, so if you try this, it's your own damn fault if you screw up. But this is the stuff that works for me. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old, and that was a long time ago. So my mom has light blonde, like dirty blonde hair, and this brightens up her hair like crazy. And one day, I was due for like a touch-up, and I was like, you know, there's some left over from my mom's hair, so I'm going to try it. I tried this one versus the one for dark hair. This lightens my hair maybe 10 times lighter than the one for dark hair. I think the one for dark hair gives you like natural honey highlights, but this baby bleaches this dark hair blonde. So basically, I'm not going to, like, you do get things in here, like things. So there is a cap in here that you pull your hair through. I usually do it through the cap, but I'm trying something new today, so this could be scary. And then you get your after highlight shampoo and conditioner. I will probably not be able to come back on this video to show you guys the after product because I'm going to take a shower, yada yada. It's going to take me forever. But if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram name is different from my YouTube channel now, but I am not revealing that information due to crazies. And if you want to see it, you can always leave me a message in the comments and I will message you back personally to tell you where you can see the picture if I don't pop back onto YouTube to show you the final result. So what you do to skip reading instructions, because you don't fucking need them, this is the highlighting powder, and I actually already dumped it in this little tin that comes in there because it's dusty and I didn't want to get it in my face. I want to hold it up here while I was going like this with you guys. And then this is the cream developer, and you just take this and you open that bad boy up and you just dump the entire bottle in this little tray. And I try to get all of it out because I've noticed if you don't get all of it out, you don't get as good of a result. So, again, I am not a professional hairstylist. However, I have used this kit. When I say 50, I'm probably lying. It's probably more like 100, but you know, we don't want to go there. And then, of course, you can just open up this little baggie. They've changed this packaging so much. And then when you open this little baggie up, you are going to pull out the cap. There is a, like a crochet hook to pull it through, but I'm not using that this time. The cap does have little holes where you're supposed to pull your hair through. If I do that, I end up completely freaking blonde every single time. So what you're going to do now is, this also comes in that bag. It's a little spoolie. You're just going to stir your mixture. And you're going to want to make sure that you're stirring until this is like a really thick paste. Obviously, it's not rocket science, and it does tell you to do this in the instructions, but I'm going to come back with you in just a second because this takes about maybe 4 minutes to do. Okay, so most people would have probably put the gloves on that are provided in the box already, but I hate things on my hands and feet, so I'm avoiding it. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. You've got a pretty thick paste, and of course I just keep stirring because the more you stir, the thicker it gets, and the thicker it is, the better. Now, this is the first time that I'm trying this, so if it doesn't turn out, I'm not really worried. There's always hair dye to fix that, right? And you want to make sure you're wearing an old t-shirt. Now, you guys will see when I lift my arms that the shirt that I have on has holes all over in the armpits. This is like one of my top favorite Victoria's Secret shirts that I have had for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. And I haven't been able to let it go. So I'm hoping if I get some bleach all over it, I can let this holy mess go. So you do have inside of the instructions here that we're totally ignoring today. There's 2 gloves that are stuck on the inside as well as with a like a wrap that goes on your head. And these gloves just peel right off the plastic. If you have small hands, I would suggest going to Sally's and getting like those rubber gloves because I kind of have midget fingers, as you can see. There's a lot of open space in there, and it's rather annoying. So, I have a Fitbit on. I don't know if I want to leave that on. I'll probably be alright. Hell, why not? I have more than one Fitbit anyway. So, now, when I say this is going to be a white trash version, basically you're just going to comb your hair and make sure there's no snarls in it. And part it wherever you want to part it. This is going to be more like a balayage type of deal, I believe, just because of the way I'm doing it. Now, I would actually recommend getting a brush that has all of its little lids or all of the lids are missing or something, but I could not bring myself to spend, I was just at the store, bought the hair dye. I'm not going to spend $8 on a fucking hairbrush. I can get one at the dollar store, but there was no dollar store near me, and I didn't feel like driving on the other side of town. So, my trashy brush here, this is actually an old brush. I brought my brush with me on, our little vacation, and I don't know where the hell it went, so now this is what I'm using. So basically what you're going to do, I was actually going to try to dip my brush in here, but as we can see, this is not going to work out. So I'm just going to take my little spoon, and I'm going to just rub this all over the bristles. Now, again, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm not going for the full-on highlighting mechanism. I'm getting rid of this thing because it's too much of a pain in the ass. I'm using my fingers because that's usually what I do anyway. So, rubbing all this all over my brush, like so. It's probably going to be a pretty uneven application, and just as a recommendation, if you are not experienced at doing your own hair, this is probably not a good idea. I am very experienced at doing my own hair, so nothing really scares me. But once you get your brush pretty much completely coated, that's kind of what mine looks like. I feel like it's missing a spot, but then again, there's no little prongy things there. You're going to want to go in lightly because the bleach stuff compacts down. So when you go in, just brush lightly so that it's just kind of not putting too much product on the hair. Now, I preferably want my hair to be quite blonde. So I'm going on the outside and the inside. But again, you're kind of like combing all of your layers together, and I'm probably going to have really light ends. I'm actually not 100% sure if this is going to take, just because of the simple fact that I have recently dyed my hair black not too long ago, and it could end up not taking. I do have to do another roundup on here of bleach. It could end up just not working because of the black hair dye that's in my hair. Black hair dye is usually something that's really hard to cover or to get out. So we will find out. But I'm just going to continue right along and keep going. I think the back of my hair is pretty saturated, but I can't tell. I did just get bleach on my face. And I'm already almost done. This is why I said like the white trash version, because I feel like it literally took me no time to get this in my hair. Again, I'm not going all the way to my roots just because I feel annoyed when my roots grow out. So it's just going to kind of sort of be more of that balayage effect so that I don't actually have to try to blend it in my hair. I am getting some tangling because my hair is wet and I think it just doused the back of my head with bleach. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to let this settle for about 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how I'm feeling, and then I will try to come back to you. Mwah!